Okay, doke. So in the next 30 minutes, we'll be covering things like researching your product popularity on Amazon. Now, this may be something that could be useful for somebody who's new to Amazon, or for somebody who is looking to uh, diverse your category to another category, for so to say. Then we'll talk about how to get found on Amazon. Then using Amazon FBA, we'll talk about how to get the reviews in a all correct way. We'll talk about how to do competitor research and what you can do with it when you do competitor research. And then after that, we'll talk about how you can leverage Amazon advertising and looking into different promotions Amazon has and building your brand on Amazon. So there is a lot to cover, but we'll cover all the best practices here. So now, going forward, if somebody is looking to sell on Amazon and they are not sure whether there is demand on Amazon, there are various tools out there that can help. Okay, so like one of the example here I've got in the screen for lemon squeezers to start with. So there are tools like AMZ Scout, and there are other tools like Jungle Scout, Helium 10. Now, these are all Amazon research tools that allows you to find out what level of sales are there on Amazon. So if you just pop in one of the keyword related to your product, you can see on the left hand side there, there is a widget, little widget that is popped on and showing number 8. So it scales, the system AMZ Scout scales the product popularity from 1 to 10, and 10 being the better and 1 being the worst. Now, better as in there is less number of competition and there is high demand. So you can see the screen like this, and then anything beyond 5 generally is taken as a good level of popularity in terms of product. Then when you look at this other details, so you can see on the left hand side there, you can see the product names or titles, and it may be a little bit smaller text when you're actually seeing it, but you'll be getting the slides later on as well, so for when you can see the real number there. So you can see the product lines, and then after that, on towards the right hand side, there is one of the column which tells you estimated revenue of the products, and you can see estimated sales of the product, and this is a monthly sales, and these are all estimated figure. It's not actual figure, it's not 100% correct, but it more or less gives you an idea if that product is selling well within that particular on a monthly basis. So there you can also see things like number of reviews. Now, number of reviews is important because what we want to see is the level of sales. Are they actually accumulated in the number of listings which has got a very high amount of reviews? Now, if that is the case, then you will find it very difficult to compete within that range of products. And also looking at towards the right there, you can see seller, where you say AMZ, which is Amazon selling directly, and there is FBA, and also you will see MCH. So FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. So that shows who is actually winning the buy box at that particular search time. If there are lots of Amazon only products, then you'll find it very hard to compete there as well. So it's important to check that. And one of the columns, you will see there is a tab called Sellers tab that tells you how many sellers are there in that particular product. So you can see 5, 1, 1, 8, 1, 4. Now, these are the number of sellers in that particular listing. So if there are a number of sellers, then that tells you that that product is not owned by a particular brand. It is a brand that can be resold by other people as well. So if that's the information you want, you can check that through that. And there is also sellers rank, and that is called BSR 30, you can see there. So that tells you the ranking of the product over the past period. Now, obviously, over the 30 days period. So what we want to look at, whether that product is popular within the last 30 days, or it was just popular in general. And that is also, you can check by clicking on the rank number there. So the idea is, if the product is seasonal, then you need to be aware it's seasonal product. Whereas if it is a 12-month period data, and then that tells you that product has been consistently on demand, then you can see, okay, that product is a continuous product, so that it's not seasonal only. Then once you've decided a kind of product that you want to look into, then it's good to always look into how you can improve it. And now that this conversation, what we are having, is revolved around creating your own brand on Amazon, not about reselling somebody else's brand. So this is why, if you are to develop your own product, it's good to look into what has happened in the past and what other people are saying about the other listings. And from then on, what you could do is you could potentially improve your product. The tool also gives you what they call niche hunter. So it's on the right hand side bottom. There is a little tab called niche hunter. What it does, when you click on it, it tells you and it shows you what are the products that's popular at that period of time. And every time you click on it, it recommends you a new product. So if you really want to see the current trend, niche hunter is a good way to check that out. But again, if you are to actually start selling that, just be aware that there may be thousands of other people doing the same. So it's good to check that product is popular. Also, it's good to check if there are products being launched at the particular period of time. You can check whether they are doing okay. So if you see on the screen, there is a tab called available from, and it tells you from when the product is available. So you can see the latest product and you can see whether that has moved in terms of sales. If there is a good amount of movement in numerous products within a certain time frame, which may mean that when you launch as well, it could be the same in your product. So there is a market for your product as well. Then there is something called Google Trends. So that is the data from Google Trends based on the keywords you've typed in the search. So at this stage, I typed in vegan supplement, and AMZ Scout gave us a search result based on that vegan supplement, and it gave me number of sales, which you can't see, was hidden by the Google Trends one. Now it tells me whether that keyword is popular over the period of time. So it's also a good way to find out what sort of trend are there in your product, in the product you are trying to sell or diversify. Now, moving on to the content side of things after product research. Let's say, assume you've got the product decided and you're going to source that product. Then what makes you, or what helps you to be found on Amazon? That's the next stage. So the first thing to do with getting found is getting the content right. So each wording on the title is indexed, so it's important. So we want to populate a right keyword or right way of writing the product. So generally the brand name, material, size, color, and any features of the product goes onto the product title, and it needs to be in a certain character length. So I see a lot of titles 500 characters up to 250, but optimal is 80 to 100 to the best you can. But some of the titles, some of the categories, they also allow you up to 250 characters now. So just follow the Amazon guide in terms of the number of characters it allows. And then if you can add more keywords to that, which is relevant, then do so, but stay within the limits. Then after that, there is a 5 bullet points. So these are also called key features and generally appears on the upper fold of a desktop or a laptop. And this allows you to tell more about your product. Simply as that. So why people should buy your product, what are the uses of the product, is there warranty or guarantee? So these are the things you can mention that. And just because these keywords are also indexable, okay, so when you have a keyword, you may not fit it on the title, then that's another place, that is another opportunity for you to embed, within those keywords in the key features area. Then we are going towards perk descriptions. Amazon allows 2,000 characters in the perk description part, and here if you copy and paste from a Word document, and if there is a paragraph change or if there is a bold, then copy and paste from Word document will not apply the same on Amazon. For Amazon, we need to input a HTML part. So you are allowed the bold, paragraph chains, and the bullet points. And there are several tools out there. One of the easy one is called Word HTML. And simply we can plug in your copy onto that and get the HTML part and paste it on Amazon descriptions. Now, description is also indexed, so use that opportunity to include any relevant information. If you've got any keywords that you want to put in, now that is also a good place to put in. Then lastly, in terms of content optimization, is the search terms, or it's also called keywords tab in the back end of Amazon. Now, Amazon used to allow 5,000 characters at one point. Now they are allowed 250 characters. To be precise, they call it bytes. So if you are working in German account or French account, the number of characters may be less because of the accents on the letters. So it's in English, we've got 250 bytes, which is 250 characters. So that's a max you are allowed here. Now, the best practice here is to put any unique keyword as possible there. So any abbreviations or any synonyms that you can put in, this is a place to put in. We cannot include other people's brand. That's against the policy. So anything relevant it's something that you'd want to go there. But like you can see an example there for premium chocolate there, they've got quality gourmet candy, there's large chocolate boxes. Now these are the keywords which are unique, and you can put in there like Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, Valentine's gifts, things like that, that can go in there, and that can stay in, because customers don't see it, but it's part of the index as well. Then other factors that will help you being found is reviews. Now reviews will allow you to be found, but also it helps you in conversion. And you can get reviews by requesting a review. So once you have a sale, as you see on the screen, there is a order details, and you can click on, say, request a review, and you will be sending automated email to a customer. Now, you don't see what email is being sent, but this is automatically set by Amazon to send an email. So if you send an email, but the customer has already left a review, Amazon will not send that email to that customer. So they are pretty much sorted in some way. So you can go in and feel free to request a review. There's a certain time frame. I think it's between 5 and 30 days after the delivery. So within that time frame only you can request a review. With that saying, Amazon also automatically requests a review anyway. So the time frame when you request a review is important. Now, think about your product, when the product is likely to be used. Depending on that, you can request your review. You can use automated tools if you don't want to go through that process. There are several automated tools to do that as well, and you can just plug in and then they will do the request review automatically for you. So negative reviews does impact the ranking. So and obviously it impacts the conversion. So if there are any negative reviews, which you may get throughout your history, many years of working with Amazon, it's good to contact the customer first, because customers can always remove the review depending on if you solve the problem with them. Amazon directly may not do that unless it violates Amazon's policy. So it's always good to contact customer to asking for a request, removing the review. Another way to encourage review is also sign up to early reviews program. Amazon does charge you £60 per product for the 5 reviews they give you. And once you've got 1 review, you will be charged that £60 plus VAT. But they aim to give you 5 reviews. I personally used this program for several clients I've worked with, and it worked in most of them. Most of them, I'm saying, because the reviews program is depending on number of transactions. The more transactions you get, the more customers Amazon can contact. So we don't know who they contact, but Amazon will contact the customers who bought from us and give them the incentive to write the review, so which we don't see. But as you can see on the screen, there is 2 of the reviews in one of them, and there is 1 on the 3rd product. So it should gradually grow, and this is a right way to do this. If you've got a trademark and registered your brand on Amazon, there is a program called Amazon Vine, and this way, traditionally, this used to be a vendor central program, which means you sell to Amazon through that vendor central program, and it still costs you £500 in the vendor side. But in seller central side, currently it's free. I've used it for a couple of clients, and we've had some good results. So we've released 10 products, and we've had 5 reviews back. So the return on investment is quite good on this, and this allows your brand to move up the ranking a lot quicker. So if you are brand registered and you've got a Seller Central account, you can try 5 or 10 products by enrolling 5 or 10 types of products or individual products if you like to. Now you can see the result here, and it does say Vine review, and it's not guaranteed 5-star. So don't assume you are going to get 5-star with the Vine reviews, but it does definitely help. Right, so moving on to FBA side of things. So fulfillment by Amazon, not everybody likes it. That's perfectly fine. There's no problem with not using them. But what we have to realize is having FBA or fulfillment by Amazon, and from a customer, they see this product as a Prime, is a very, very successful loyalty tool from Amazon, as you may have realized already. Because when you have got a Prime products, and if you've got a Prime account, when you search on Amazon, by default, you try to look for Prime for next day delivery or free delivery by default. And conversion with the Prime products is much, much higher than non-Prime products. So with Prime, it helps you to win the buy box if you are in a competition with another seller. And also because they've got a conversion rate very high, the ranking of the products improves pretty much fast. So what I would suggest is, whatever the cost of FBA is, it's good to trial even 1 or 2 products to see how powerful it can be. And so then the next one is improving your product based on what competitor is selling. One thing you can do is look into their key features, look into their content, see what sort of information they are putting out in their listing. And it will allow you to learn from that. If they are offering certain information which you may have already in your product, but you missed it, then that's a good way to look to and improve your content. Look through their Q&A, because having Q&A is directly from a consumer. So going through their Q&A allows you to answer that question when you are writing your content. So it allows you to be found. So look through their Q&A as well, and look through their reviews. It's always good to look through their reviews, what they are talking about, what customers are talking about. So and also if there is any point that you can take in to improve your product, that's all positive as well. So look through those reviews and research them. And then going into Amazon advertising part. So again, it's an additional cost to your Amazon business. You've already paid 15% commission there. You've already paid FBA fees. You've got your product cost, and you've got direct overheads already to your business. Now, this is on the top of this. This is additional fee. Now, gone are the days where you could just put the products on Amazon and it automatically works. That's not what it used to happen 10 years ago when I started, and there was no advertising at that period. At that time, we just used to put the products on and it sells. It's not like the same these days. So advertising is a very important part of Amazon and Amazon business. So so use this to improve the sales and also improve the early sales of the business. So as you can see on the top here, where it is a red box, now that is called sponsor brand ads. Now, those sponsor brand ads are applicable to a seller who's got a brand registry, and you get the prominent position at the top. It's slightly expensive than other ads, but it certainly helps your brand to build. And you are obviously paying with advertising per click. It's like Google Ads, you pay per click. Unlike eBay, where you are paying per sale, here is pay per click. So we need to be mindful of what product we advertise. We need to be mindful of what keywords we target, and so on. So, and also if the product hasn't got a reviews, they may convert a lot less than product with reviews, if there is any comparison with other products. And also you can see here, this is your sponsor product ads, and this appears below the sponsor brand ads, and you can target the sponsor product ads by automated ads, where you don't target any keywords, but Amazon will read your content and display your products based on the relevancy of the product. You can also use this area to target products with the keywords. Now, it could be relevant to 1 or 2 products, and you can target against that that keyword. For example, it could be a curtain rod, or it could be any other keywords that's relevant to your product. There are various types of keywords as well, like broad match, phrasal match, and exact match, and these all work differently. So try and use all the 3 match types to create your ads, and you may be able to do that in different phases rather than doing all at the same time. There's another interesting part of advertising, which is called async targeting or category targeting. So with the async targeting or category targeting, what you're doing is you can target a competing product. You can say, I want to appear against product A or B or C. You can populate the list and add into your advertising account, and you'll be targeting your product against them, and they will appear, as you can see on the screen, like a sponsor related product. So as you can see here on the screen, so it can be also powerful, but also it may be cheaper than doing the keyword targeting ad. So if you've never tried one, you can try today targeting any products, what you call async targeting or product targeting ads, and this is also a part of manual ads. And within that, there is also what they call category ads, and they do the same thing. So if you target a certain category, DIY or homeware, for example, your product will appear against the products within that category. And that's interesting. So if you don't have time to do keyword research, if you don't have time to look into what keywords are working and what's not, go for product targeting and category targeting to work with. So as you can see on the screen, there's 4 stars and above. So if your product hasn't got 4 stars and above, it's not going to display there as well. So reviews are, again, it's a very important part of that particular advertising. So there are also what they call product display ads. So as you can see on the right hand side, just below the add to basket, you can target products against any other products, again, through your display ad. So it's slightly different to your category and product targeting, where you're appearing with a product picture and product title. Here it allows you to put logo there. As you can see, there is ORS, and also it allows you to put tag, where you can see for those who break us. So there is a tagline as well. So those are the 2 key things here that is different to your product targeting and category targeting. And that is also an important part, because if you are targeting against a particular brand, your competitor, you may as well want to be displayed in larger format along with your product targeting. So now I've said a lot of things, and it may be difficult to do it all at the same time, but it shouldn't, because this is just a process of advertising. So you start with auto ads, then you go to manual ads, you keep the auto ads, and you optimize it, adding negatives, and then you move on to the next one. So think this as a process. So you should be able to do it without any prior knowledge, and also you should be able to do it and progress in time. So think this as a process, and you'll do well. So I'm not far off now. So participate in promotion. So any deals that Amazon is giving us in terms of maybe discounts, maybe vouchers, maybe deals, try and participate in them, because when there is product promotions, there is sales, or there's more sales, then that improves the ranking, and when ranking is improved, you get more sales. So it's a vicious circle. So if you can afford to, or you can take this as a part of the investment, it's good to do that, because if we don't do it, somebody else will do it and will be left behind. Lastly, build your brand on Amazon. So Amazon has allowed both Seller Central with a brand registry and trademark to create what they call A+ pages, which allows you to describe the story. And also it allows you to talk a bit more about your product, as you see on the screen. And you can put multiple images, you can put your comparison chart, as you can see, so you can cross-sell and upsell your product as well. So this is also available for Seller Central and with brand registry and Vendor Central account. And when you have A+ pages, Amazon says it uplifts your sale by 3 to 10%. So it's good to go for that. And also you can build your storefront when you have a trademark and brand registry. As you see, this is the one we've built recently, where you can put a homepage mimicking your website if you like, and you can also have a category page. You can also have offer page if you wanted to. So so this is another opportunity that you have within Amazon to increase your brand presence. And when you have got a store, you can advertise that store within Amazon. And also they've allowed us to well, not allowed us, but you can advertise that storefront away from Amazon. But Amazon now have allowed us to put a tag. So if you are externally promoting it, and if you want to find out whether that worth doing that, you can do that as well. So so like I said, whatever we've discussed, it's a very simple process. It's not a secret, to be honest. It's as long as there is a process involved, you should do well. So if you look up the screen, this is a ranking of the product which I launched in the middle of September, and you can see towards the end of October, our ranking has improved a lot. And I just simply use the tactics which I've talked here. So better content, better price, FBA, advertising, and reviews. So once they are combined together, that will work really well. So with Amazon, get found using content, build your reviews, that will help your ranking of the product and improve your sales, build your brand through your A+ content and storefront. Take advantage of advertising. It will do you well. Even if you try a lesser budget, that's perfect. That allows you to test. You can put budget for Fiverr, for example, to test, and you'll see the result, and it will encourage you to invest more. If you've never tried FBA, go for it. Try maybe send 10 products, maybe 5 products. So give it a go to see how much improvement it can bring, and grow internationally. So with Amazon UK, you can have a German, French, Italian, and Spanish account. So you can list your products internationally as well. So saying that, so I'm done. I hope you found this presentation useful, and everybody have a good day. There are lots of good talks, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. All right. Thank you very much. Bye for now.